I'm going to name out 3 ways they are manipulating you. But before I hop into it, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Angelica. I'm a relationship and breakup coach. I'm also the author of these 3 books that you can find more information about in the description below. And I've been quoted as a relationship expert in over 30 articles by these websites. Be sure to watch to the end of this video because the 3rd thing that I'll end up naming out is the sneakiest way for someone to manipulate you. And a lot of manipulators do it this way. Now let's go ahead and get right into 3 ways they are manipulating you. The first way, which is a very common thing that I see, is that every single time you bring something up, a problem that you have in the relationship or something that they did that's really toxic and causing you harm, they cry about it. They start to feel sorry for themselves, or they beat themselves up, they call themselves a monster, and it's getting to the point where you're actually hesitant to bring anything up because you know in the end, not only are you going to have to be comforting them for bringing it up, but you're also going to have to navigate through the guilt that you feel for bringing it up in the first place. You feel like you're doing something wrong for having relationship struggles and voicing your concerns or the struggles that you're having. Now, I'm not talking about someone who tears up when they realize that they did something that caused you harm and they take full responsibility for their actions. That is not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about someone who specifically brings the big old alligator tears or the condescending words the moment you bring up anything. This is something they do every single time. And they never actually put in the work. The only thing they end up doing is just victimizing themselves, and in turn it makes you feel like the villain for even bringing it up. This is a very subtle manipulative technique that gets you to stop bringing it up as often because of the guilt you feel from bringing it up and the consequences that happen when you do. This person is not being an emotionally safe place for you. Instead, they're using emotional manipulation to bypass confrontation and responsibility. The second thing they do to manipulate you is they make you feel like you're the problem for bringing it up in the first place. The moment you say to them, hey, this is something that's really negatively impacting my mental health, they end up responding with, why are you bringing this up? Maybe they say it wasn't a problem until you brought it up. Or maybe they say, why do you always have to bring this kind of stuff up when we're having such a good time? But you start to realize there's never a good time to bring it up. You can't bring it up when they're happy because then they'll claim that you're ruining their mood. You can't bring it up when they're stressed because then they end up claiming that you're adding to their stress. You can't bring it up when they're angry because that just gives them more reason to be angry. There's never a good time for them. They have become increasingly emotionally unsafe and always shifting the blame from themselves onto you, making you feel like you are the perpetual problem. The 3rd thing I'm about to name out is a very sneaky thing that people do when they are manipulating you. If you're not already subscribed to this video, take a moment, pause this video, and go ahead and click that subscribe button. I post once a week, and you're not going to want to miss any of my content. Now let's go ahead and hop right into that 3rd thing. The 3rd thing that someone will do when they're trying to manipulate you is they're going to get other people involved. I'm talking friends, family, coworker, whoever they're able to. And they might not directly come to you about the problem. What they might end up doing is bringing it up briefly, but then going to their friends and family so that they will turn around and bring it up to you, making you feel either embarrassed or like you're the problem. What they're doing is a form of triangulation. They're trying to make you feel like you have so many different people against you over this one topic. Sometimes these manipulators bring it up briefly. Sometimes they do it in an entire conversation. Sometimes they don't even bring it up and just have other people tell you for them. When you feel like you're being attacked at all angles, then you end up feeling like you're the problem, like you're in the wrong, or like you definitely need to change this, this, and this because everyone around you is telling you. But the reality is that sometimes it's not that you're the problem. Sometimes it's that they're just manipulating people to believe this so that you feel like you're being attacked at all angles. Sometimes you're not even doing something wrong. Sometimes they're the ones who are doing something wrong. And sometimes maybe you are doing something wrong that you need to work on. But when someone gets other people involved to go against you and bring it up, that is a form of manipulation. The conversations you guys have shouldn't be you versus them and all of their friends and family. It should be you and them working together to figure things out in the relationship. Thank you so much for taking the time and watching this video. What are some ways that you've been manipulated in relationships? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.